Ooh, hey guys. Happy Monday, last Monday of the school year. This is the last Monday. So, and this, with that said, it's our last SEL. And look who I found. I found someone. How's it going, ma'am?
I do exist. It's going good. It's been busy. I've been going to Surratt for meetings. I've been everywhere in meetings. And so, yes, I've missed out. But I've heard and I've seen you're doing really good.
We did good. No, it was nice. It was okay. But welcome back. We don't have very much to talk about today. We're just going to do a little bit of reflections on Career Day and the passport cards. And we'll talk a little bit about our last teacher spotlight, and we'll reveal who that teacher is. There's not going to be any forms to fill out for the teacher spotlight, so we might just have to find a student.
We do have like a check-in so that teachers can see how you're doing, and if you're not okay, we can still talk to you.
All right. So we can do that check-in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 5, guys, 1 being dysregulated, maybe not feeling so good, or you need some help, or you need to talk to someone, show your hands, or do they just want to do thumbs up?
Yes, and teachers, if you can just see if we notice there's a student who maybe is at a 1, and you can just write their name, maybe submit a counselor referral form so that we can check in with them later on today. So for just today, we're going to ask teacher help. So, sir, show me, how are you feeling?
I'm at a 4. A little
Ooh.
tired, but I'm like happy. I'm happy that we're done with Career Day. To be honest, it was a lot. So,
yes,
but
I
yeah,
heard it
we're
was
happy.
Awesome.
Yes, we
I
had
saw
fun.
Pictures.
We had fun. The kids looked like they enjoyed it. How are you?
I am at a 5.
Nice.
So this morning I was all happy last Monday of the school year. People are like, wait, what? No, we still have school next week, but this is officially the last Monday of 24-25 school year. So I'm at a 5 because it's almost there. Your hard work has paid off. I've talked to students and growth. Now that we have like the MAP testing results and that they see, now we're just waiting for the other results to see more growth. So just listening to those conversations, just kind of talking to teachers, proud teachers, guys. I cannot go through the list of teachers that have come up to us and just kind of told us, you know what, this year I'm very proud of our students because they tried their best, they have shown growth. So guys, truly, just know that your teachers appreciate your hard work. I appreciate your hard work. And so yeah, definitely out of 5 for all those reasons.
Yes. So they want to give them like 30 seconds to check in?
See.
All right. We should play music or something. I don't have any good songs though.
I don't know.
I didn't even bring my phone.
I don't know about my song. If we could just check it.
Quick check-in.
Mr. Salam.
Okay, Career Day. So, you missed out on some cool events, ma'am. There were some really cool presenters. I was gonna sit here and ask you who was your favorite one.
Sir.
But I was
No,
like,
you know what? And for those students who do not know, I did take some of our military connected students to Fort Bliss, and so yeah, that's why I was not able to join.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was really impressed with TxDOT. They were like the engineers for the like they designed the roads. So I don't know if you saw them. They were like in the front. I thought State Farm was really cool. The insurance.
Right.
Just they were so friendly and they were just so impressed with you guys. I went up to talk. Her name's Cindy Fierro. She has an office over there close to like Horizon Boulevard and North Loop. And she was just impressed with the students and their questions and their engagement. I was like, how is everything, like behavior? She was like, oh my goodness, they were asking amazing questions. And for something as difficult kind of to understand as insurance,
Sorry.
I thought it was really cool on how positive they were.
And you know what? It's because I think like when I was growing up, when I was your age, it's like insurance, pues
Yeah.
eso qué, o cuánto dinero, or really
Right.
like she owns her own business.
It was, yeah, she owns her own like State Farm. I guess she's like a partner. Yeah, she's
Oh,
like
no.
branch, right? Yeah. So she does that. So TxDOT was awesome. Novatech was really cool. They were the ones that had the teleprompter, and they were like the social media influencer. That was really cool. I really enjoyed Strive Now. They were the ones singing. There was singers there. UTEP was there, and MSU was there. So there was some really cool ones. But I think the State Farm was really cool.
That's
They were
good.
really nice.
So they'll be here next
yeah,
year.
they will be here next year.
Nice.
So really quickly, guys, you guys had your passport cards, and so I don't know if you guys remember the rules. It was first and last name. So some people just put their first name, so I already took them out. Grade. Yeah. So first and last name, it says right here, first and last name, and then answer the question in a complete sentence. So I will be looking at those and finishing up, and then giving them to Ms. Reyes to make sure that they're in a complete sentence or
Complete
not.
sentence.
Complete sentence, right? Starts with a capital letter, ends with a period. Okay. All right. So we'll get to you, and I think the prize is going to be ice cream. So we have ice cream for
Like ice cream,
those.
like at lunch, or?
I don't know. Ms. Monica has the ice cream. I think they're
Nice.
sandwiches or cups. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. I'm not sure. But we'll be going through these. There's some that you didn't answer the question in the back, so we did have to remove that from the pile. But we'll be letting you guys know by the end of the week for sure on these. Okay. All right. So I think we're ready for our teacher spot. Do you have any other
Who
announcements?
is it gonna be? Oh, my 8th graders who are watching right now. Today is the last day. If you're gonna submit a Genesis program application or biomedical, today's the last day. After today, they need to review, and so I will. Some students have been asking me, how do I know if I got in? Check your email. But you don't have your Chromebooks anymore, do they? 8th grade?
8th grade until tomorrow.
Oh, you can check your email. If not, then you will have to wait until your 8th grade ceremony, and that's when I announce who got into which programs. But yeah, today's the last day.
So get it in.
Sí, por favor.
All right, guys.
Okay.
So, without further ado, our final teacher spotlight for the school year is Miss Franco. Miss Franco. So, let's go ahead and see from Miss Franco.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Eileen Franco. I am the choir teacher here at Clint Junior High and Clint High School. I teach 6 through 12. My background, I went to UTEP to get my music education degree in choral music, so choir. And what inspired me to teach was that I was in choir also from 6 through 12, which is the grades that I teach now. I really loved it when I was in school, so I wanted to be able to give that same experience that I had to children. I also really like working with kids, and teaching the music is just my passion, and I love to see kids singing and learning music just the way I did when I was a kid. Something interesting about me is that I've sang in New York in Carnegie Hall, which is one of like the biggest stages in the world, and I was able to do that because I was in choir. But thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good day.
Estaba este. So, diga sorry.
Guys!
Ooh, big mistake. We didn't have the volume on.
Yeah, can we just rewind?
So, did they hear Miss Franco?
Yes.
But they didn't hear what we were saying.
Yes, at the end.
Did they? But so they didn't.
At the end, after Miss Franco,
Uh-huh.
they didn't hear that part.
Okay, so they didn't hear our little trivia. No, can you go back a slide?
So, thank you, teachers.
Hello, good
Because
morning,
we talked
everyone.
about Miss
My name is
Franco, we gave her
Eileen
a shout
Franco. I am the
out.
choir
She
teacher
has
here
her
at
own
Clint Junior High
program.
and Clint
And
High
so
School.
next year, choir
I
is gonna be
teach
amazing.
6
I
through
would
12.
ask her,
My
what was that
background.
question?
I
Who would
forgot.
she like, or someone, or a singer? Thank you, kiddo.
Yeah.
A singer she would like to sing with, maybe still alive, or maybe someone who has passed away. We also talked about
We talked about that she
Oh,
got a chance to
yeah.
go to Carnegie Hall in New York City, and then I asked Miss Gutierrez, like, do you recognize this hall
And then
from
I
a
said-
movie, a Christmas movie? Student. So,
Kevin.
so yeah, it was where the pigeon,
Oh.
the pigeon lady took Kevin.
So we
in
talked
Home
about
Alone Part
that.
Two,
What else?
so.
think that was it, no?
Just that how impressive her choir program is, and how it's growing and it's
If you
continuing
have
to get
questions
better.
for her 8th grade, you can
Yeah.
submit because you still have your Chromebooks.
Yeah, you can still go in on the form, and I'll know just by the date. So just put everything. The questions might not be on there for her exactly. It'll probably still say last week's, but you can go ahead and still submit questions on the empty spot. And then if you want to be the one to interview her, let us know. But also just kind of come up to us and let us know if you
And
have
then we'll write
questions.
them down.
Yeah, because it's a little weird this time around because some people have Chromebooks, some don't. But and then we went to the next slide.
Y esto fue lo que nos salió bonito, because we were talking about the end of the year, reflecting, a grow and a glow for SEL. What do we say?
So my grow was just I don't know, I don't even remember. You said
More involvement.
More involvement,
Because
yes.
we want to hear more from students. This is just kind of like us talking, but we want to hear more.
because we really liked when we had students on, when we actually had students on and like participating. So that's what we want to incorporate for next year. But I think the glow was just, first year doing it. It was nice.
Yes,
It was
and
cool.
I did say as a glow that I have a
Mhm.
partner
It was
and
good.
ideas and creativity and graphics.
It was nice. It was
So
good.
we also talked about 8th grade and how we have a couple more days with y'all. And that I am going to get very teary-eyed because you have been a really good group, 8th grade. It's not over yet. So,
Still have 8.5 days.
yes. So please be kind to people. 7th grade, you're almost there. What else did
And
I say?
6th grade, it's
Oh, they're at lunch.
Yep. Yeah, they're at lunch. So I'll talk to them right now.
But yeah, and it was very nice. And then, but yeah, that.
That's it, guys.
That's when
That's
we
all we
realized
have.
you guys didn't hear us.
That's all we have for you for SEL.
See,
Okay.
but just be good. We'll see you later.
Be kind to
people.
each other. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to our last and final SEL live of the school year because it's our last Monday.
It
So,
is.
welcome
So-
back. Look who I found. I found her at Surratt.
Yes. Wait, I was there for meetings. Not that I'm gonna be there. 'Cause
Oh
I don't,
no.
I don't think I could do
No,
little kids.
that's not what we meant. No.
No.
Yes, but it's welcome back. I'm glad to have you back here with me
Yes.
during SEL Live. We have a very short agenda today.
We do.
But do we want to do it like maybe an informal check-in in the classroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So, because we do not have our Chromebooks, we are gonna ask teachers to help us out. So if there's any kiddo checking in at a low number, on the counseling weekly schedule, you can use the link to refer students to us, and then we can talk to them. So, sir, on a scale of, how did you do it?
We did 1 to 5. 1 being dysregulated, you need to talk, and 5 being balanced, regulated, ready to learn, excited, all of that good stuff.
How are you feeling?
I was at a 4, now I'm a 5. So yes, I have a T coming to me. You know that tea place?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
like
Yes.
a letter T.
Yeah, like the letter T.
Sorry,
Sesame
sorry.
Street, today is
Yay.
sponsored by the letter T.
Oh, I love Sesame Street. Oh, so I am also at a 5 because it is the last Monday of the school year. So happy last Monday. It doesn't mean that next week, pues ya se acabó. No. We still have next week, but Monday we do not come
It's
to
Memorial
school.
Day.
It is Memorial Day. So happy last Monday. So I am at a 5, solid 5.
There you go.
So now teachers will give you like 30 seconds. So students, if you can show your teacher if you're 1, not okay, or 5, just
5's
super
good.
awesome.
Okay. All right. 30
We'll
seconds.
give you some time. Bum, 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 bum. Se acabó.
You want to bring the cards
Oh, yeah.
so they
All
can
of
see
them?
them? Yeah, or some. Yeah, a few.
Pa' que vean, pa' todos entre-
Yeah.
All the engagement.
All right, guys. So we are back from checking in. We have, I have the passports. I've already separated. Unfortunately, there were some people that didn't put their names or didn't answer the question on the back at all. So I did have to take those out of the stack. Ms. Monica was able to get the students that turned this in and answered the question in a complete sentence at all 6 stamps. She was able to get them ice cream. So I'll be letting you guys know when we're gonna pass that out. They're arriving tomorrow, so maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. I don't know. We'll see when we pass those out. But I'll create a list of all of the students. But I don't know. I think I might have to go with the reading teacher so they can confirm some of these complete sentences because I don't know.
2 words is not a complete.
Yeah, 2 words is not a complete sentence. I think a complete sentence, last I heard, starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. So that is a good example of a response that we wanted. So yeah, they look pretty good. We had some really good, but there was some people that just put IDK. So that's not a complete sentence.
No, so no ice
Okay,
cream.
so yeah, no.
No ice cream? Really?
No, I already removed those from the
Ah.
stack. Yeah. So penmanship counts, first and last name. That's what we were looking at. I know that you weren't there. In case you guys don't know, Ms. Gutierrez was with our military students on
These are really
Friday.
good. Okay, focus. Yes, so the reason why I missed out on all the fun was because some of our military connected kiddos had a trip to Fort Bliss. So we went, we saw, we looked, we experienced, we had fun, and people were like, yeah.
Well,
we're
we
ready to
kind
go
of
back
did
for
the same
Challenge
thing
Show.
here.
See.
We looked, we saw, we experienced. Some of the booths that really stood out was, I'm just trying to think of some of the ones that stood out. I know TextDot really stood out to me, getting to see how I guess they're the ones that design and create the roads. They're the engineers for the roads, and so that one was really cool. I saw a lot of engagement from students on that, especially 6th grade. I saw a lot of 6th graders talking to the TextDot engineers.
Nice. So was the one that you told me was all dressed fancy and Like they own their business. What was it?
I don't remember.
I think Miss Kyle's son.
Oh yes, we did have Ms. Gallo's son here, and they brought Jordan Foster Construction was here, guys. So that's a huge company. That's one of the biggest companies here in El Paso. And so they represented so many different divisions, from the project management, which would be like your engineer side, to the career training and development. And so they brought like a bunch of different people. I don't know, there was one man there that I really didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I did talk to Ms. Gallo's son. I talked to another lady, Ms. Cortez. And
State
so
Farm, I heard
State Farm was awesome. I really appreciated State Farm being here. They had nothing but awesome things to say about our students, on how engaged and how respectful that you guys were. I'm trying to think of some other ones. We did have a parent here as well. I don't know, we can call her out, right?
Yeah, because she's an 8th grader, so
Audrey,
she's not right now.
Audrey Padilla's dad, who is
Aubrey.
Audrey Caudillo. I'm sorry, Audrey
Yes.
Caudillo.
But you're probably like, what?
Audrey Caudillo's dad was I forgot what he was
PA,
yeah.
right?
It was
Is it the...
no, it was oh, I forgot the word
Nurse
for
practitioner.
it. Nurse practitioner, yes.
Ah.
I forgot that word. Yes, so he had this incredible, and one of the things I liked about he created like a science board, and he did include salaries. And so he was very upfront to the students about what to expect salary wise. So I know that's something that you think about. So that's a big one. We also had Clint High School was here with the cosmetology department. So I did see them doing hair, like adding like glitter extensions on the girls, and ROTC was here. We also had an interesting company called Novatech. And so I don't know if you guys see, like they do a lot of like the signs for, like you'll see on the freeway, a lot of interactive signs. They work in businesses. They create a lot of the social media. So like one of their companies that they work on behalf of is like the Shack. So anytime you see anything publicized and advertised for the Shack, like that's Novatech. So it's all the people that you met that day. They're the ones creating all of the social media posts.
Hey, you
and
know
all of
what?
the commercials.
Talking about students, some of you, when I see your art, it's like maybe someday graphic design or just kind of things that you possibly could do in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was
just
cool.
one option.
I think we had a really good turnout. We're hoping to build it up for next year. So we're hoping all of the people that we invited come back, and then we add even more starting next year.
So next
So.
year, I will not be at the Fort Bliss trip. I will be here because I missed out. But it's okay because I heard it was really good.
It was nice. Okay.
Sí.
Teacher spotlight. Did you have any announcements for 6th and 7th grade?
No, that was
No.
for 8th grade.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be our last teacher spotlight. So
Who is it? Yes,
oh,
yes.
it's our last one. I'm actually controlling it here.
Oh,
So our last teacher spotlight, it is going to be Miss Franco. Miss Franco. So who's Miss Franco? Because I know some of us might not fully know who she is and what she does here.
So she's our choir teacher, and we also do share her with Clint High School, so that's why she's not here all day. And so some of you are like, who's that? I've never seen her. So Miss Franco.
She's our choir teacher. So here, let's find out a little bit more from her.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Eileen Franco. I am the choir teacher here at Clint Junior High and Clint High School. I teach 6 through 12. My background, I went to UTEP to get my music education degree in choral music, so choir. And what inspired me to teach was that I was in choir also from 6 through 12, which is the grades that I teach now. I really loved it when I was in school, so I wanted to be able to give that same experience that I had to children. I also really like working with kids, and teaching the music is just my passion, and I love to see kids singing and learning music just the way I did when I was a kid. Something interesting about me is that I've sang in New York in Carnegie Hall, which is one of like the biggest stages in the world, and I was able to do that because I was in choir. But thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good day.
muy bien.
Really cool. I'm really excited to see the questions. Well, you guys aren't going to be able to submit questions, but if you see us, just write it on a Post-it note and give it to us, because since we don't have Chromebooks, we're not able to go on anymore. But they're going to be really interesting. I know, how many 6th and 7th graders do we have, more or less, in choir? Do you know that number?
Like 12.
Like 12, okay. So we've been building it up. From my understanding, like her program has been slowly building up, and it's only getting better and better. So I'm really excited to hear the questions that you guys could potentially have for Miss Franco. But if you see us in the hallway and are one of her students, or you just want to interview her to get to know more about choir and music, let us know. Okay?
So one question I would ask is, because she sings, like, who would she like to sing? Maybe an artist, someone who's alive, or maybe someone who passed away already. And then this is a super cool fact that I did not know.
Oh, let's see, students, maybe your teachers might know. Carnegie Hall, what movie was Carnegie Hall? I mean, it's probably featured in a lot of movies.
But Christmas.
But what Christmas movie?
So teachers, can you take a guess? Kevin.
Yeah.
I used to Kevin. Like, how do you forget?
Home Alone
about
Part
Kevin?
2? Home Alone Part 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the pigeon lady?
Yeah, that's where they were, like, right here at the top, looking down on the people. Yeah. That was cool, huh?
That is a cool
So I didn't know that. But yeah, Carnegie Hall, like, she got to go to New York, so she's gotten to experience, like, New York, and actually a different part of New York, like the arts district, you know, like, so that would be really cool. I think that would be something that I would want to know, like, where else has she traveled to, where else has she sang, and what does she really enjoy most about it, you know, like, what is it that fuels her to be passionate about teaching it and singing? Like, I want to know, like, what she thinks about, you know, from her perspective.
The choir kiddos, I know you know her more. But there's still room for choir students. So after maybe talking to students, if you still want to add choir to your schedule next year, yes, that is one of the electives I can move you to. But let me know, because, yeah, I can do the change. We want more kids in choir, because it's cool. Okay.
So if you guys want to be the one to interview her, just let one of us know, and we'll see. Okay? All right. So with that said, this is our last SEL, so we're kind of saying goodbye for the rest of the school year. But this was a first year initiative that we put together, Ms. Gutierrez and I. So thank you, ma'am, for being my co-anchor in this. And I wish we could see, like, I should have put it on from, like, our very first episode. I was, like, nervous, you know, and, like, now it's just like, yeah,
we're just chatting.
Yeah, we're just chatting. And so you were talking about glows and grows.
So the way I reflect on just different things, I look at maybe a grow, things I can still improve on, and a glow, things that I'm like, yeah. So we did talk to the first dent time. Definitely a glow is just the opportunity for me to have a partner who comes up with creative activities and graphics and just cool. And we did say a grow. Maybe we can improve for next year.
I think we want more students in here in front of the camera.
I want to hear you guys.
Yeah, like it was so awesome to have I think they were 6th grade. No, it was a combo, right? Combo of 6th and 7th grade girls that we had in here. So we just want more. Maybe we can even invite a dent time in. That would be kind of cool, and just so that they can be able to come in and participate in some of the SEL lessons. So that's kind of the grow that we are kind of thinking of for next year.
And so looking at social emotional learning, remember that these are skills that we're going to need, not just in middle school, but when you grow up and you have that coworker and you're like, oh, self-management or relationship skills or just different things. So remember that SEL is super important. It is not going away next year because we can also improve. But students, if you have, like, hey, miss, maybe an idea or suggestion, sure, you can let us know.
Let us know.
Because this is for you. So we can just discuss different things that really do matter. So SEL does matter. And so Miguel or kiddo from earlier, he was like, Miss, it felt like one of those sitcoms where you're just saying goodbye. And I'm like,
Season 1.
Because they're 8th graders.
Yeah.
So of course for them, this is like kind of like a goodbye. But 6th and 7th grade students, we still have you next year. And so in reflecting, end of the school year reflections, I think we can reflect and just give props to you because you have utilized your school counselors whenever you need to regulate or whenever you need something. Remember that we are here for you. Now, grows. Don't share too much, but grows.
I think the grows are going to happen naturally. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for natural grows. And so 6th graders, I think you're always like, man, what am I going to look like as an 8th grader? What am I going to look like as a 7th grader? Like, how am I going to change? It does happen naturally. So give yourself that grace. You know, you are going to see yourself come back a little bit more mature, hopefully, a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more curious, right? You're going to be a different person next year than you are this year. Friendships
too.
are going to change. Some of us are like, hey, you know what? I noticed myself not being so much with this crowd anymore, and I've kind of transitioned to a different group, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. And so I just want you guys to know that things are going to be a little bit different, and those are completely normal feelings.
Yeah, so we definitely just want to give you a moment to reflect on maybe your own personal grow and glow. I do want to say that also part of our glow, I've heard from students, I've heard from teachers, and a glow is that students really did give it their all throughout the school year. So I hear the conversations that students have shown their growth in different content. So guys, truly, thank you, because just hearing teachers be proud of their students is amazing. So your hard work really does pay off. We're just waiting for STAR scores. If you're like, Miss, am I gonna have math acceleration next year? We still don't know. Don't ask us because we don't know. But if you put in the work, then you should be good. And this is maybe not to discourage, but if you do have math acceleration next year, pues ni modo. It's to get you that support that you need. So please just keep those in mind, that it matters. Your hard work matters. You being here at school matters. Attendance matters. And we do appreciate your hard work. You treating each other with respect and putting yourself in other people's shoes, being empathetic, that does matter as well.
So that's all we have for you guys. So we'll see you soon. Be nice.
Bye, guys.
Bye.